Alright, boys, so I'm gonna teach you today how to set up goals to be as efficient and as productive as possible because most people on earth have no idea how to set up goals. And I'm just gonna teach you that in a few minutes if you pay attention. Now, here's the thing, you first have to understand what inputs and outputs are. Inputs is the work that you're doing, and output is the results that you get from the work. So, starting with daily goals, because I'm only going to talk about weekly, monthly, and daily goals. For the daily goals, you have to only use inputs because they are way more efficient than the outputs on a daily basis. And I will understand, you will understand that in a very short moment. Inputs are way more efficient on a daily basis because when you say today goal is to make 5 videos on YouTube, post 5 stories on Instagram, and do 2 reels, as an example. You can actually do that. It's in your hands. It's the input. It's the work that you put in. Now the output, how many views you get, how many subscribers you gain, you can't really control that, right? So it's way more efficient to use inputs instead of outputs on a day-to-day basis. Now, going to weekly goals, you can mix those two together. You can put some inputs and outputs as goals. For example, I want to gain 500 subscribers this week. I also want to make 1,000 views, 100,000 views or something. Nice. You have the outputs. Now you have to basically say what would you want to do throughout the whole week that will help you achieve those goals. So you basically say the inputs and the outputs both to make it happen on the weekly goals. Now coming to the monthly goals is the opposite of daily goals. You have to put only outputs. On a monthly basis, you have to put there how many subscribers you want to gain, how many views you want to have, how what's the CTR that you wish. Like you only put outputs on a monthly basis because you don't have as much control on a monthly basis. And for example, when you see that if you're posting more videos, you constantly get more subscribers, you constantly get more views, you will be way more dedicated, more motivated to achieve that monthly goal. Oh, well, my monthly goal is to achieve 10K, 100K views on Instagram, for example. This is actually, in fact, my goal for this month. I'm just gonna keep posting, right? I want to achieve that goal. In the same time, I'm also working on a daily goals, and my daily goal right now is to post 5 reels today. So I'm working on both goals and on the weekly goals as well, just by one task. So this is the best way you can set up goals. You guys might ask me in the comments, well, how about yearly goals? Yearly goals are delusional goals. You just set up whatever you want for the yearly goal. I want to drive this kind of car. I want to get to this physique. I want to blah, blah, blah. Because it's 1 year ahead. In 1 year, everything can change like that. You don't even know, right? A year is basically a lifetime. If you see this, if you see a year as lifetime, imagine how much more productive you would be on a daily basis. Very simple, right? So on yearly, just put your dreams in there. The best life you can live, I want to get that by the next year, right? It's possible, it's very doable, it's also a bit challenging. It's all you need for the yearly goals. The thing is, I don't want to really push this yearly goals propaganda to you guys because you will not act as efficient on a yearly goals compared to daily goals, as example. Because on a daily goal, you just basically have to do that in the next 24 hours or until you go to sleep. So that's pretty challenging. But when you say, I want to do this, I want to get this physique in the next 365 days, you have a lot of time to lose. Maybe half a year you won't even work on your goals because you know you have so much time left. So it's not as efficient. But with daily goals, you're all day trying to achieve those goals, which means you will even triple 10x the yearly goal without even realizing, right? It's just a matter of how to put the goals, how to execute. That's it. That's it. All right. It's very simple. So weekly goals, input with output. a very interesting combination. I personally love that the most. We Monthly goals, more of the output side. What do you want to achieve? What are you really striving for? Working so hard for, right? You want to achieve that. Perfect. Now on a daily basis, on a daily goal, you gotta only work. Only work. Like I have to do this many things today. That's it. No inputs. Maybe like 10% of the time you would maybe place an output there, very rarely, when you can actually have some control over what you're doing, or over the output. So very rarely you will actually use an output on a day-to-day goal. So I hope I made it very clear. Weekly goals, output and input. Daily goals, inputs. With monthly goals, only outputs. It's very easy. Once you use my strategy, you will see how much effective you get, how much productive you work, and how much more you achieve. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and see you boys in the next one. Bye.